Good day, everyone. This is Ryan Lang, MVP, and in today's video, we're going to talk about relationship. How can you maintain a relationship? Like, what do you have to do to make sure your relationship goes well? Time and time again, you roll through the punches and you do what you're supposed to. It's all about the energy. It's all about the chemistry. What happened to when people just used to talk or go on dates? You have to spice it up. It's not about how much money you're spending. It's about how much more you're doing. How can you do more in order to get more? If you're doing less, you're only getting less. And if you're worrying about what everybody else is doing, then you're not doing what you're supposed to do. Now we're going to talk about relationship. Relationship could be family, friends, boyfriend, girlfriend, flings, husbands, wife, cousins, you name it. Business, work. You got to know how to separate all the relationship. But today we're going to talk about dating relationships. Now, I'm not here to give anybody any advice on dating because I'm not a date guru that tells you you have to go out, you have to say these things, you have to do all these extra things. That could work. That just could score some extra points for people. Let's just say a female likes attention. Remember the first time you met your girlfriend or you met your wife? You were extra nice. Mr. Prince Charming. What are you doing to make sure that you're constantly putting in the work towards your relationship? I make these videos to encourage, to motivate, to inspire. And we're going to talk about relationship. Like, it's so beautiful. Like, everyone has somebody out there for them. And, you know, people have this list. Let me give you an insight, fellas. Ladies have a list. Especially some of those BBW. They got a real list. He has to be this tall. He has to make a certain amount. And all these other stuff. Bet you didn't know that. They got a list. Oh yeah, they're checking you out. And they go look at your shoes too. You better make sure them damn shoes is clean and they don't got no holes in them and stuff. Yeah, I'm talking to you. Make sure you got good shoes on, fellas. And, you know, make sure that you're feeling good about yourself. Fellas, just try and enjoy your own company. Don't even worry about what anybody else think. Like, if you're not enjoying yourself, you're not feeling yourself, I don't know, it's going to be hard for somebody else to feel you. But you have to take the time to just share and to learn and to understand, you know, how a woman works. You're not going to get what you want all the time, but you have to have patience in your searching and in your relationship. And, you know, if you're married, you got to constantly go on dates. I mean, keep it fresh and be supportive. Do a lot more listening. Guys, don't try to fix any woman. They're from Mars and guys are from, like, you know, Neptune or some other planet. I mean, they're sent here to definitely drive us crazy. And, you know, at the end of all of it, happy wife, happy life. It's an asylum, you know, once you are instituted into the institution of marriage. Now we're going to go back to just dating because, you know, I've done the dating thing. Everybody's date. I mean, you have blind date, hot date, one night date. And when is the right time to catfish a woman? Like, I mean, catfish means you just block him or just stop calling him. Like, you'll get the sign. I mean, you're taking them out on a date, and let's just say you go to a place and the date went well, first date, then the second date went well, then the third date they just switch on you and they just showed up to the date late. And they're on their phone texting the whole time and they're just ignoring you, fellas. I don't know, some people are guys are like babies. They become touchy-feely and they get left out, you know. And yeah, that could call for a catfish still. You just go home and just instant block and delete. Yep, that's the world we're into. We're into the 2019 right now, where speed dating for the average person, just like that. It's not a joke anymore, fellas. I mean, you could just go out there and speed date. And, you know, try not to hurt people's feelings. Try to have fun, you know. It's almost like being in school. Date one week, date the next week. I don't know if that's a healthy way of doing things, but it's a good way to meet people. And it's a good way to get to know people. Let's just start with being honest. Be honest, and you'll get stuff out of the way. You won't get caught, you know what I mean? Nobody likes a liar. Nobody likes people who tell unnecessary lies. I mean, don't tell unnecessary lies. I mean, it's not worth it. Just be honest. Be yourself. And guys, yeah, ladies, guys actually have a long list too. They like a certain this, a certain size. You know, some like real hair, some like fake hair, some like no hair at all. You have guys out there that like bald women. I mean, like a woman that's beautifully bald. Like, I mean, some women think that their beauty comes from within their hair. Like, you know, my hair right here. I mean, my barber hooked it up. It was a new guy, but he did a good job on my beard. But forget me, it's not about my look. I'm feeling good. My beard's shaved, you know. I don't look like a werewolf anymore because my last video, I was talking about being exceedingly glad, and I looked at my face and I'm like, yo, man, I'm beginning to look like a werewolf out here. So I had to shave it up. And I mean, the new guy, yeah, he did a good job, you know. We hold a vibe. You can definitely share it with the barber. Now we're going to go back to relationships. And, you know, when we're dating, fellas, you have to just have patience. Take the time to know the person. You know, like back in the 90s when there was only pagers, I mean, you paid somebody and you have different codes. Like 6 to 9 would mean a booty call or something else. 911 mean you call the cops. Oh my gosh, the day of the pager and the payphone used to ring back. Ninja Turtles, we're taking it back right now. You know, I was born in the 80s and I don't know, it was just a great time. I mean, in the 90s was fantastic. Just some of the songs they have on the radio, like Ice Ice Baby and all this stuff. I mean, Vanilla Ice, like it was a time. I mean, in the 90s, I mean, the love songs on the radio, and you know, the second date, the third date, and all these stuff. I mean, you bring a person home to your mom, and I mean, you meet the whole family. You definitely know the family like, yeah, you got to keep that guy. Like, I mean, he has like a great personality, or he comes from a good family, and you know, lots of things. So dating in the 90s were fantastic, and in the 2000s, I mean, it went crazy. And now we're up to 2019, and speed dating, you got all sorts of social live media. I'm not even gonna promote any social other medias on here, but you know them, they're out there. I mean, like plenty of whatever and all sorts of other stuff. So dating is one of those things you have to just take the time. I mean, don't be afraid. Go out and have fun. Gift wrap that bad boy, gentlemen. Don't be loose, and just get tested. I mean, when was the last time you checked yourself out? I mean, ask a female that too. Make sure you're checking in. I mean, you're either checking in or you're checking out. That's the only way. If people want a middle ground, there's no middle ground here. You gotta gift wrap that bad boy, and check everything. Make sure she checks her stuff too. Don't be carefree. Don't be trustful like that. You don't want to play with stuff. You don't go into the warfare without not knowing what's going on. You got to keep it clean. Cleanliness is next to godliness. Now, back to the dating at hand. Like, dating is fantastic. You know, like, even in marriage, I mean, get up, the anticipation, you know, the wife looks good, wonder what she's wearing, wonder what I'm wearing, and you just go out and you just have a fantastic time. And it doesn't matter. You put them at the top of the pedestal. Oh, if your wife can brag in you and say, yeah, my husband, he ain't going nowhere, you know you're locking it down. Likewise, boyfriends and girlfriends, I mean, but it's easy for a girlfriend to just get up and just leave. Once you're married and you have a couple of kids, oh yeah, you're in for the long haul, and it's beautiful. Now back to casual dating. I mean, nothing's wrong with it. People need to go out more and be happy more. Be exceedingly glad. Constantly, you know, working on the things they want. And a part of it is just great relationships. And, you know, being productive. I can't say it enough to people. Don't let people drain your energy. Be happy. Don't worry, be happy. It's not hard. Now, this is Ryan Lang, the most valuable person. Do remember to subscribe, press the bell, give me a thumbs up, and you will be notified for my future video. Thanks for watching.